Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today is our podcast number 97. It's August the 15th, 2024 and a whole week has gone by since I last hung out with you. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you're all keeping well. I hope you've got something to drink because I've certainly got a cup of coffee because I really do need it tonight. And if you're crocheting along with us, that'll be wonderful. If not, sit back and relax and have a little listen to what I have to show you. And also, you know, I've got so many of your own makes to showcase, which I absolutely love. And at the end, there'll be a little bit of life as well. So I shall put my clipboard down and my marker because you know what we need to do now, guys, is talk about the progress of our Tile of the Week Thursday blanket. So our friend Sam over at Manford's Makes, she created this mess, or should I say this awesome blanket that I'm putting together. So about, now it's over 2 years ago, Sam was gifted this book in Happy Mail, 100 crochet tiles, and so many of us just joined in and decided that it was time that we learned some new techniques, created some beautiful squares, and then we had the delightful dilemma of working out what to do with them. Now, Sam herself gave away all of her squares and pretty much all of Mike's as well, and I'm very happy to report, for those of you that may be new, that I've actually got two sitting in my blanket as well, one from Sam and one from Mike, and one from our wonderful yarny friend Josephine, who along Sam's side and every week showcased her tile, and she's also putting together a blanket, which I will show you her progress tonight, not just my own. So I created all of these squares that you'll see using my Marvel 8-ply yarn, which is just a DK weight yarn, and it's all 100% acrylic, and I am using the white to join the squares. Some of them I've had to add a little border, and then at the end I might do, well, I probably will do a border around the whole blanket as well. And I created them all using my 5mm hook and 7 different colors, which means hopefully when it's finished, at least your eye will go to something that's quite pretty. And I'm hoping that I'll have it done sooner than later, because each week I have been trying to allocate as much time, or, you know, maybe an hour or so, or longer when I can, like I did when I was making the tiles every week. So I haven't fallen behind in that, which is great. And I do have a little bit of progress to show you this week. So I'll just pop these down for the moment. Now, this is one whole strip that I need to connect to the blanket, but I did add the ones on the side. So those of you that saw it last week will see it grow this week. So here is another strip done, guys. Never mind the little bits that I haven't sewn in yet. That will come eventually. But as I said last week as well, I just love to be reminded of how many beautiful squares we made. Now, this one here in the middle is one that I didn't complete, but I'm so happy that I kept it, because look at that, guys. It actually fits in perfectly. So let me show you the other part of the blanket. So here it is here. So from the very top, that was the strip you saw last week. They're the 4 giant family tiles in the middle. Can you see that, guys? And now I'm going to add that strip to the bottom. So it is growing quite slowly and yet so fast at the very same time. I have been sitting up here in my yarn room when I'm working on this, because I lay the tiles out on the floor, and it's just easier when you're putting them together, I found, than just taking them away. Now, this one here, to get it to be the right height, the width was fine for the strip that I needed for. I did add a little extra row on top and the bottom. And there is a tile, this one here as well, which I added a whole border around, just to make sure that it fit in to that little space that I needed it to go. So it has been a lot of fun actually puzzling it together. It's almost like Tetris. What I might have to do eventually is make some extra little squares maybe, or some long strips to fill in any gaps. But for now, it seems to be working. I have maybe, I'm going to guess here, maybe 20 more tiles to use. Some are a lot larger. And there are some hexagons, which to date I haven't convinced myself what I want to make with them. But I do have a couple of ideas. One, of course, being a cushion. Those of you who know me know that I love to make a cushion. So we'll see if it eventuates into that. But that was what I got up to this week as far as the blanket goes, but Josephine's been working on hers as well, and let me show it to you here. I love this color palette that she used for hers, and from memory it was an Ophelia Talks pack, and she was using, and I believe still is, a 3.5mm hook correct me if I'm wrong, Josephine. And she saved that colour there to connect all her tiles together. Absolutely stunning, aren't they? Now, Josephine tells us that she has added a few more tiles since we last saw her blanket, which was a week ago or two. And she did have to crochet a couple of what she's calling filler tiles to close in any empty spaces. Absolutely gorgeous. So thank you so much, Josephine, for sending that in. We'd love to see your progress. And now we can continue working on them and hopefully have them done by, well, I'm saying if I have it done by the end of the year, I feel that I've done wonderfully well. So that was our Tile of the Week Thursday blanket edition. So thank you for, joining us in for that one, because I'm really enjoying bringing the progress to you. Now, something that I enjoy immensely, as you all know, is showcasing all your wonderful makes. And thank you to each and every one of you who takes the time to not only create these amazing masterpieces, but to also send them to me in an email, because I know that we all love that ooh-ah factor. And who doesn't like to add something to their crochet to-do list? Excuse me. Now, this week I also have a physical thing to show you that my friend Sue from work sent me, and it is a gorgeous knitted item, so stay tuned for that. Now, our friend Vicky, she's been very busy using blanket yarn, and you know how much I love blanket yarn. So let me show you these gorgeous little creatures. She made some angel fish. So there are 2 angel fish. I'll just pop that one down there. Love the colors. I mean, look at this gorgeous color once again, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can see it's got sparkle in it. And I love the giant eyes. And look at this beautiful blue. Absolutely gorgeous. And then she made the Manfa hat, which is designed by our lovely friend Jennifer over at Cinnamon Stitches. I love the colors. Absolutely gorgeous. And she, Vicky also made a beanie by Crystal at Bag O Day. Another friend of all of ours. Amazing patterns for us to follow. And then she made some more gorgeous little things out of blanket yarn. 3 octos. I love those colours. I think I might have something similar. Beautiful. And look at this guy here. He's got embroidered eyes. Absolutely gorgeous. And look at this one here. Love them all. Someone's going to be very happy holding on to those. They look so squishy. I love them. So thank you, Vicky, for sending them through to us. And then our friend Alley Cat, she's been very busy as well. She got herself some wooden rings, and she made towel toppers for them. And I love all the buttons that you've used and the very, very pretty towels. Now, Alley Cat also made a beautiful holiday gnome. Wait till you see him. Now, look at this, guys, from the top of his little hat all the way down to his wooden sled. Now, I'll put it out a little bit so you can see him complete. Now, this is a holiday gnome which Alley Cat made for her aunt, and he's pulling a wooden sleigh. Now, Alley Cat tells us that she crocheted his body, arms, and hat, and the rest was assembled from various craft supplies. Oh my goodness, I'm sure your aunt is loving him. So thank you so much for sending him through. But it doesn't stop there. Alley Cat also made 2 lap blankets, and they come with a little story. They're so pretty. Now, Alley Cat tells us that these are going to be donated to her local girls' home. This is a place for girls who are in dangerous home situations to live and go to school. So how wonderful is that there is something close by for you to be able to donate those beautiful blankets to. That is wonderful. So thank you for sharing those with us, Alley Cat. Now, our friend Sandy, she's been very busy creating something super cute. She bought herself the Crochet Donut Buddies book. Excuse me. And she made the Highland cow. Look at all the work in him. I know a few friends that would love him, including Kristen over at K&K Crochet. So I'm sure when she sees him, she'll fall in love. So thank you so much, Sandy, for sending him through. Now, the other thing that she's made, which way is this way up. Now, these are actually knitted fingerless gloves. And Sandy used Premier Basics yarn in the color. This one here, the one with the brown, is for her daughter and the green is for herself. And Sandy tells us that she's planning to make some more in different colors, and she says she wants to have one with the colors for each occasion. Absolutely gorgeous. They are Beautiful. Thank you so much for sending them in, Sandy. Now, Josephine has been very, very busy continuing on her crochet journey. Here she's made a small giraffe, which has already been gifted. He is gorgeous. And she made some jam jar covers, and I believe she used Bruna Ticality's, recipe video tutorial. Very, very pretty colours. Absolutely love those jam jar covers. And over here we have a little, let me get him up right, a little no-sew lizard. And the tutorial is by Rhonda Butler. He's so cute, right? And then look at this one. This is a bun cat. How cute is he? And he's got the embroidered eyes. It's a paid pattern from Pammy, P-A-M-I Dolls, one word. Very, very cute. And Josephine also made these gorgeous little hippos. And the pattern is by Rosalie Toys Tutorial. It's a bit of a tongue twister for me. How cute are they? They are so adorable. And then Josephine made 35 items to donate. And here they are all here, including frogs, octos, jellyfish, bee, an owl, and the owls, and it's the Olive the Owl, which is a free pattern on Yarn Society, and also Mabel Chicken. Very, very cute. 35. That is awesome. So 35 little children will be able to receive those and enjoy them. Thank you, Josephine, for sharing those with us. Now, Thea made a discovery in her yarn stash. She found this beautiful yarn here, which is a velvet chunky. Now, this is readily available to us here in Australia through Big W and maybe in the reject shop. So if you're looking out for it, guys, you might be able to find it there. And Thea said she had that in her stash for 2 years. So she finally started to work with it, and you should see what she's made with it. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, she does tell us that the yarn is wonderful to use. So while I'm talking about the yarn, this is Jess Huff. She's the designer, and it's her elephant. And I think it's almost a no-sew pattern, this one. Absolutely gorgeous. And Thea tells us that for the toes, she actually used 2 strands of white yarn held together. Here's another view of the elephant. What does she tell us? Thea tells us that the yarn is wonderful to use and just glides off the hook. She used a 5mm metal hook to create her elephants, because she didn't just make one elephant, she also made this one by Maritza Toys. So cute, right, guys? And let me just show you another little view while I'm talking about it. Whoops. And what does she tell us? She tells us that this yarn, which is a grey colour, it changes in the light, and she tells us, well, that's just the magic of velvet, right? So depending on how the light shines on it, the colour goes a little bit lighter or darker. So thank you so very much, Thea, for sending in your little elephants to share with us. I must say that I have added this one, Jess Huff, to my crochet to-do list. Very, very cute. And last but not least, my friend Sue, she brought in this beautiful scarf to share with you. It is knitted, and wait till you see. This yarn is next level ridiculous. I just love it. Her mum made this for her minimum 30 odd years ago, and she actually said to me that she lays it across her pillows on her bed, and it reminds her of her mum every single day. But I don't know which view to show you first. Okay, look at this. So it is a ripple pattern. Absolutely gorgeous work. Now let me show you the fringe up close, because that will give you an idea of all the texture in that yarn. How stunning is that, guys? Absolutely beautiful, and it is very, very long. So I'll just, there you go. Imagine that. Oh my goodness. So what a real treasure this is. So thank you so much, Sue, for allowing me to showcase this for all our friends. I really, really do appreciate it. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'll just pop that to the side. And as always, thank you once again, everybody, for sharing with us. Absolutely love everything that you've all been up to. We're all a very talented little group of crocheters, aren't we? And we all inspire each other every week. So well done, everybody. Now, the other things that I've been up to is I've tried to catch up with some of the cows that I'm involved in, the amigurumi cows. Excuse me while I take a tiny sip of coffee. All that fibre is in my throat. So much better. Now, the first one that I'll talk to you about is my Crochet Donut Buddies book here, which our friend Sally over at Nanny Moon's Crochet is hosting the Cal hashtag Crochet Donut Cal 2024, and quite a few other people have joined in with her as well. You can see who has on her videos each week, or you can just pop in the hashtag and you can catch up with them as well. And I highly recommend you hang out with our friend Sally. She is a sweetheart. Now, this donut that we're making this week, which Sally chooses randomly every week out of a huge bag that she made. A lot of fun because she has these giant balls in there, and when she picks one out, it has the name and the page number on it. And this week we're making this little crab. How adorable is that? So the colors that I chose are actually more pink than, because I'm using my USA Spot Saver yarn here, which is a 10 ply and 100% acrylic. But the colors, I must say that there isn't a huge variety of colors or a huge range. So I thought I'd make him more pink. So what I've made so far is so this is the donut base. I just have to stuff it. As you can imagine, it'll plump out when I stuff it. So that's what I've made for the base. And then for the icing and for the little bits and pieces that I need to make, I'm going to use this darker pink. So imagine them together. I think it's going to go very, very nicely together. Now, for this yarn, we actually use a 4mm hook, which is a reasonable size for me, but because it is a thicker yarn than an 8 ply or a DK or even something smaller, the stitches are still quite tight, but it is very manageable. But they are very neat, I think, considering, you know, how tight they are. So I'm not super fast at making them is where I'm going with that. But in saying that, I have enjoyed putting this little donut to the start, and I can't wait to complete it. So thank you, Sally, for hosting this fun Cal. I always like to see which googly eyes I'm going to pop on him, so I'll let you know very, very soon when I'm finished, and I'll send you a little photo of him as well. Now, the other Cal that I'm working on, another amigurumi one, because you all know I need to work on my amigurumi skills. Sewing the parts together is where I get a little bit stumped, and I have to say, when I talk about this one, the little rabbit has stumped me, but I'm not going to let him win, guys, so I'm going to keep tackling it. So our friend Cassandra over at Craftably Ever After, she decided to have the hashtag Amigurumi World Tour Cal 2024 go all around the world, and she's invited all of us all around the world to join in, and that's what's happened. She's using this book here, Whimsical Stitches, which I believe a lot of you have in your libraries, and it is a very, very popular book. And the designer Lauren Espy actually is following the world tour, which I think is amazing. So there are 2 books for those of you that may not know, and please go and visit Cassandra. She talks about it, and she has community posts, and it's just amazing what she's created, this huge community feel. I absolutely love it. So thank you, Cassandra, for inviting all of us. I too am going to receive this book, by the way. I'm the lucky last one on the international book side, because there are 2 books. One's going to the USA and one's going internationally through Europe, the UK, and eventually it's going to come down to New Zealand and Australia here down in the Southern Hemisphere. And we're very, very excited to be a part of that, because sometimes we miss out on things because we really do feel like we live on the other side of the world. But thanks to YouTube, we're all very much connected. So back to this. So every time it travels from one maker to the next, we have the opportunity to create the same project if we wish to. Now, the one that was 2, so not 2 weeks, but twice, not the most recent, the previous one, I can't speak English today, was the bunny. Now look at this bunny. He is very, very cute, right? But I'm telling you, I'm having troubles with him. Again, I'm using my Spot Saver yarn and my 4mm hook. I have enjoyed making the carrot the best. This carrot is super, super cute. I'm nearly finished. But look at this guy. Okay, eventually he's going to get finished. I have got his ears ready to go. And also his little, what's this? What have I started here? I'm not even sure. but I've definitely got his little ears to go. Now, when I finish with those, I'm going to embroider his eyes, I think, so we'll wait for that. But I haven't got much more to go with him, but I love his carrot, like I said. Maybe I'll have him holding it like that. I'm not sure right now, but eventually he will be done and I'll be able to send him through to Cassandra to add to her journal. And then the next one, which is the most recent one that we are making from the international book, are these tomatoes, or tomato. I'm making a tomato, just one, and I've started. So not much to show you there, guys, but there you go. This will be a tomato eventually. It's quite a big tomato, let me tell you that. So I have had fun trying to mix and match the colours to work perfectly, and I have found this green, which seems to be my go-to for all of, anything that's got green in it, like stems and things, because I think there's more vegetables and fruit coming up. So I'm going to save that because it's the only green that I've got that colour. Now, Josephine has also joined in this cow, and let me show you what she's made. Now, I believe Josephine is following the USA designer's book, which is absolutely fine and makes total sense. So the first thing she has sent through to us is her little turtle. Very, very cute. Love your colour choices. And does he have, yes, he's got embroidered eyes. Absolutely gorgeous. And she's also sent in the rabbit that I'm tackling. He looks awesome. I love that he's in the garden. And then look at this little cupcake sitting on a little plate, very appetizing. We're yet to make the cupcake. Yes, haven't made a cupcake yet. So thank you so much, Josephine, for sending them through. And I'm sure you're going to be sending your photos, if you haven't already done so, to Cassandra, which is awesome. Now, I hope to have them done before the next project gets pulled out for both cows. So I really need to get my little hands crocheting. Now, I did a little bit of retail therapy, and who doesn't love a little bit of retail therapy? And I really wanted to buy a couple of books, some new books, and I went on Amazon and I bought a book that I absolutely love because everybody, I'm sure, especially if you're on Instagram, would know the designer, All From Jade. Let me get my glasses. I'm sure that's what she's called. Yes, All From Jade. Now, I've been admiring her makes for such a long time. I haven't actually opened this book as yet. It arrived today on my doorstep, and I literally opened up the package so I could show it to you. So I will go through it and maybe mark a few things out, but it is a beautiful book. I did see a little interview of Jade, and I really... Look at me. I always say I'm not going to show you and I can't help myself because I really want to be able to study it a little bit before I show you. But look at that. Awesome, right? Little woodland friends. So once again, I've seen how beautiful her designs are, and for me it was the easiest way to buy them rather than buying a pattern here or a pattern there. And I'm very excited to make something from it. Now, I've got my friends' little children. I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I have 2 little seals on order. So I've been trying to source a seal pattern. I have seen a few on YouTube tutorials for no-sew, so you might be seeing them next week because I really need to get them to them. I'm wondering if there's a seal in there. That's where I was going with that. So I haven't actually had a look inside, but if there isn't, that doesn't matter. I'll source that. But my other girlfriend, her daughter wanted a specific rabbit. She sent me a photo, and I've been trying to find that rabbit. You know, the rabbits with the really long ears, and I wanted to make her something a substantial size. And then I saw this book on Amazon. So that book, by the way, cost me around $42 from memory, 43, because it did come from the UK all the way to Australia. And then I found this one for just over $11, and I thought, wow, chonky crochet, that's right up my alley. You can see that it's blanket yarn, and I thought that is going to be wonderful. And this is the look of the rabbit that my girlfriend's daughter wanted. So I thought that's perfect. And I thought $11, $1 a pattern. I think there's 11 patterns here. And I did buy it. And I'm not terribly disappointed by it. But I must say, Sally, that I thought of you because Sally went through the same thing. When I started making the pattern, instead of something quite a substantial size, it ended up being this size, guys. This tiny, tiny little rabbit here. But I do love the floppy ears. She's got some clips, they're buttons on her head. to like sort of make them look like little bob, like ribbons or something in her hair. Anyway, she turned out very, very cute. This is a prototype. I'm actually going to make her in pink. I don't know what I think of the face because I'm not very good at faces, but I will definitely be trying harder on the next one. I probably will embroider the eyes. These are safety eyes. But she actually crochets up very, very quickly. It is a very, very good pattern. The pattern says to make the head and the body separate, but I've watched enough of you guys create that I worked out how to join the head without actually like making it one piece. So I think it worked out okay. Now, this book, the biggest surprise was not the fact that this turned out tiny, and she is adorable, don't get me wrong, is when I opened it up, I thought, what's missing here? What's wrong, guys? Well, what's wrong is, it's not wrong. What's missing is colour. There is absolutely no colour in this book. So you have to use your own imagination when it comes to what things look like. And the other thing about it too, and I will just show you a tiny bit, very, very simplified instructions. So if you've never ever crocheted an amigurumi piece before, I do not recommend this book, but eventually I think it's a good one to have in your library, considering there's no color and minimal instruction. I still think it's a lovely book, and it's got some really, really nice patterns in here. In actual fact, I want to make quite a few of them, so that was a surprise to me too. So there's the little bunny, how it looks in the photo. And there she is, finished. So again, I'm not sad that I bought this book. I'm actually quite happy, but I did get a surprise. So if you buy this book, guys, maybe, you know, look into it deeper than I did. But it was good value for money. So that's that, guys. She's done. Now I've got to make 2 little seals, which I absolutely really do need to get onto because I have made that promise. Now, where's my clipboard? I just want to show you a couple of photos before I show you a little video. These just make me happy. So, as you know, I'm working on some fidget toys for my friend Michelle over at Michelle's Makery. Some of you may be doing the same as well. That's wonderful. If so, we've got to get them to her before the middle of September. So I'm going to endeavour to send mine out by the end of the month, which is a couple of weeks. And that way she'll get them on time. I have been working on them during the week, but I just wanted to show you these 4 have already been gifted. So Michelle, there's 4 less in your stash that I'm sending you, but I'll just try to make some more. So it was just so funny that when I took them to work, just to show them, you know, what I'm working on, and I said, these are a great idea. Straight away, they were snapped up. 2 of my girlfriends at work, and then I made one for my one of the girlfriends' husband and son, and they're absolutely enjoying them. So I wanted to share that with you because that actually makes me smile thinking of that. And then this is my daughter. I had to show you this. We went to my daughter's home. Like Steve and I went on Sunday to hang out with her and just do a few things around the house for her. And I saw her, like we were watching the Olympics together, and I just saw her put on her blanket that I made for her when she first moved into her home. There's her face. And look at that. I remember making that V-stitch blanket about 2 years ago. That's the colours absolutely suit her home. She loves those. And it just brought me so much joy just seeing that she uses it. And I was actually sitting on, I'd made her a corner-to-corner one again as well in an olive colour. I said, oh my goodness, I'm so happy that you use them. And she said, yeah, of course, Mum. They're always on the lounge. So that made my heart sing, guys. I just had to share that with you. Now, as far as life goes, other than that, the newlyweds are arriving on Saturday. For some reason, I had it in my mind that they were actually arriving on Tuesday. So I was a little bit disappointed for a moment, but I was also excited because he gave Steve and I some extra time to finish the finishing touches on the granny flat. And let me tell you, we're nearly done. The only thing that's missing are the blinds, but they're coming in on Monday. And, well, obviously, you know, they're going to decorate and do what they need in there. But I have made a little video to show you the finished product. We are so proud and so happy and so excited for them to move in and start their, little married life in their home sweet home. And I want to thank you all for allowing me to, indulging me along this journey for 6 months, a year? I don't know how long it's been, at least 6 months, just showing you the progress. So I thought it was only fitting that I showed you the end result. So I hope you enjoy this little video, and then I will say goodbye. And hopefully it won't be too long. From memory, it's about 4 minutes. And I hope I hold it straight for the whole time. Oops. So let me just get it for you guys. Oops. So that's the front door. That's currently in the part of the foyer or the kitchen or lounge room. It's all connected. Now, when our newlyweds come home, they'll be greeted by their very first visitors. How awesome are these guys? Thank you so much there for such a beautiful and amazing housewarming gift. I can't wait to see their reaction. Now, I'm just going to walk out a little bit so you can actually see the kitchen. Now, this is the kitchen bench. Now, I'll remind you that the newlyweds chose all the colours in here. The cupboards are nice because they go to the ceiling. And they've got their sink. So the sink there, their dishwasher, the oven and stovetop are one. And there's their 2-door French door fridge, because it was the easiest one. I should say the one that had took up the least amount of space when you opened the doors. So that was very important. And let me just walk around here without making everyone too dizzy. And over there is their little microwave. That there is where the bin goes. Where is it? In there. So it's out of sight. And over here we've got the lounge room where I was just standing. That's their lounge that they're going to put together themselves. They insist on making those memories, which I totally understand and respect. There is a little bit of work still to be done. As you can see here on the rounded wall, there's some skirting that's missing, but that's okay. Nothing to worry about. Now, as we walk into the walk-in wardrobe, hello everyone, you can see me there. This chest of drawers came out of my daughter's wardrobe that she didn't need when she moved into her home. So it's so nice to know that it's here. Over there is just some space where they've got a charger for like a vacuum cleaner and other bits and pieces. There's room for folded items. Down here you can see they've got a room for their shoes. But this is what I love this here. I need to show you this. Can you see this contraption here? You actually pull it down and then there's hanging clothes off here. And when you release it, it's so compact that it folds up away like this. How crazy is that, guys? So for a tiny area, you get maximum space. So that's awesome. Now behind the door, let me just open the door. There's a little bit more cupboard space there. So again, it goes to the ceiling, which is very, very handy. Let me just close that door. I'll swing around and I'll take you into the bathroom. Now, I really love their shower head there. It's lovely, and I really like that. The idea of having that, not only to wash yourself, but to wash the bathroom with, I think is awesome. Not a huge space, but I think we've done very well putting in a toilet without a cistern. It's in the wall, so that way it's, minimum space. It takes up minimum space. That's something to hang their towels off. A nice vanity. And over there you can see, when I walk as far back as I can, their washing machine and dryer. So that's their little tiny laundry in there as well. So I'll see how much I can show you in one view. So that space, I think, has come up very, very nice considering how much we had to get in there. And the bedroom, nothing much to see other than a bed that needs to be put together. Now, obviously they need to get some more furniture, but that's all up to them. We've mounted the air conditioning controllers. There's the aircon, and there's another one in the lounge room because we wanted to make sure that it didn't get lost. Very important. And that's it, guys. Thank you for coming along for the little tour. I can't wait for them to come home and start living in their home sweet home. So once again, thank you for letting me share this very special moment. I just can't believe that it's taken nearly a year, but at least 6 months, and here we are, we're finished. Of course, we've got a few little starters for them, and the fridge and the freezer as well. And I'm sure these fellas will be on guard until they arrive home. So see you later, guys. Bye. So that's it, guys. A little mini tour of the granny flat before the newlyweds move in, and I won't have that opportunity again. So I can't believe that, we're finished. Like I said, just a few little bits and pieces to go, but that's fine. We started painting the outside as well, and there's an awning to go over the deck and where the front door is. But my son will help Steve put that up because it's a two-man job. And I said, I think that I have been your labourer for long enough in this place. I will do the cleaning and I will do the shopping and whatever else you need, but I think it's time that you two finish the rest off. So that's it, guys. I hope you all had a wonderful week. I hope you're all keeping healthy. I hope you're all keeping warm or cool. It's actually warmed up here in Sydney, Australia. The rain started and then the humidity started, but it has been very hard to dry the clothes, and that's my only little complaint for the week. So like I said, I hope you're all keeping well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me once again. I absolutely love that we get together and just share a little bit about our crochet and our lives. It just makes the week even brighter. So until I see you all very, very soon, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.